Hey everyone, welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful. I'm Oma, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful update, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. You ever come home thinking everything will be the same, only to find your whole world flipped upside down? That's what happened to me. I walked into the hospital to surprise my husband, and there he was, with Luna Nozawa, holding a pregnancy test. My heart dropped. I didn't know if I was looking at betrayal, or at the biggest secret of his life finally unraveling. In that moment, I had to decide, do I fight for my marriage, or walk away before it destroys me? Let me tell you exactly what happened the night I caught them. Furious Steffy Forrester catches Finn with Luna. I never imagined I'd be walking back into Los Angeles with my heart pounding harder than it did the day I married Finn. For weeks, maybe months, I kept telling myself I needed distance. Time away in Europe with the kids, space to clear my head from all the chaos. Sheila, her threats, her manipulation. It was poisoning my marriage, poisoning my peace. I thought stepping away would give me strength. But nothing could have prepared me for the storm I was about to step back into. The flight back to LA was quiet. Kelly had fallen asleep against my arm, and Hayes clutched his blanket, his little chest rising and falling with soft breaths. I stared out the window at the clouds and thought of Finn. My husband. The man I trusted with my heart, my children, my soul. I replayed every kiss, every promise he ever made, every time he told me I was his world. But under that love, a nagging fear gnawed at me. Things had felt off. His calls had grown shorter, his voice distracted. And then there were whispers, updates I hadn't wanted to believe, stories that sounded too outrageous to be real. Luna Nozawa. Alive. Pregnant. Entangled with the Spencers. And Finn. Somehow, he was in the middle of it. The car ride from the airport was a blur. The Forrester mansion loomed into view, familiar and yet different after being away so long. When I walked inside, the warmth of home should have comforted me. But instead, I felt the air tighten around my chest. I didn't even unpack. My instincts told me to go straight to the hospital. Something was pulling me there, an intuition I couldn't ignore. Finn's schedule hadn't changed much. He'd be working late, as always. So I called Amelia to watch the kids and drove myself into the night, my hands gripping the steering wheel tighter than ever. The corridors of the hospital smelled like antiseptic and fresh linen, but also like memories. I had spent nights here waiting for news, for hope, for healing. This was Finn's second home, and I used to feel proud of that. Tonight, I felt dread. I turned a corner, my heels clicking softly against the polished floor, and that's when I heard it. His voice. Familiar, steady, soothing. The same voice that used to calm me when I was afraid. But he wasn't speaking to me. Luna, he said softly, the kind of tone he reserved for his most delicate patients. You don't have to be afraid. Whatever happens, you're not alone in this. Luna. My stomach twisted. I stepped closer, the door cracked just enough for me to see inside. And there she was, Luna Nozawa, sitting on the exam table, clutching her hands together, her face pale but determined. A pregnancy test lay on the counter beside them. And Finn, my Finn, was standing right there, looking at her with a mixture of shock, concern, and something else I couldn't place. I froze. My heart stopped. My mind screamed 1,000 things at once. Was this real? Was I hallucinating? After everything, after Sheila, after fighting so hard to protect my family, was I now staring at my husband with another woman? A woman tied to the Spencers, to drama, to lies? I pushed the door open. Hard. Finn, I said, my voice breaking and rising all at once. He whipped around, his face draining of color. Luna gasped, her eyes widening as if she'd been caught in the middle of a crime. Steffy, Finn stammered, his hands lifting as though to calm me. It's not what it looks like. But it was. It was exactly what it looked like. My husband, alone with Luna, in the middle of the night, hovering over a pregnancy test. My blood boiled. Not what it looks like, I snapped, my voice echoing off the sterile walls. Then tell me, Finn, what exactly am I supposed to think when I walk in here and see this? Luna slid off the table, clutching her coat to her chest. I should go, she muttered, trying to avoid my eyes. Oh, don't you dare, I spat, turning my fury on her. You don't get to run away and leave me standing here wondering what's going on between you and my husband. Tears threatened to burn my eyes, but I refused to let them fall. I wasn't going to crumble. Not here. Not in front of her. Finn reached for me, but I stepped back. No. Don't touch me. Not until you explain. He opened his mouth, but the silence stretched, heavy and unbearable. And that was the moment I realized. Nothing would ever be the same again. Furious Steffy Forrester catches Finn with Luna. I stood there in that cold, sterile room, the air heavy with the kind of silence that cuts deeper than any scream. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears, drowning out the hum of the fluorescent lights. Finn looked like he had been caught between two worlds, one where he was my husband, my partner, and another where he was suddenly bound to this girl Luna, who had inserted herself into our lives like a shadow. You owe me an explanation, Finn, I said, my voice trembling but firm. And I swear to God, it better be the truth. He ran a hand down his face, his eyes darting toward Luna, then back to me. That flicker, that hesitation, it was enough to ignite every ounce of fury I'd been suppressing since the day I left Los Angeles. Steffi, I just found out myself, he said, his voice quiet, almost pleading. Luna came in. She's pregnant. She says. Pregnant. The word shot out of my mouth like venom. My stomach flipped. My knees nearly gave out beneath me. And what, Finn? You're the father. Luna's face crumpled, her voice breaking as she shook her head. No, it's not like that. I'm not saying Finn's the father. He's not. I swear. I spun toward her, narrowing my eyes. Then why are you here with him? Why does he look at you like you're about to blow his whole world apart? Tears welled in Luna's eyes, but I wasn't ready for her tears. I didn't want her pity show. I wanted answers. I wanted the truth. Finn stepped forward cautiously, like I was a wounded animal ready to lash out. Steffi, listen to me. Luna, she's saying the baby might be Will Spencer's. Or maybe. He stopped, swallowed hard, then forced the words out. She claims she's my daughter. The room tilted. My breath caught in my throat. What? Luna whispered, her voice breaking. I thought I was dead to him. That's what I was told my whole life. But I'm not. I'm his. And now there's this baby. The walls closed in around me. I wanted to scream, to run, to claw my way out of this nightmare. Finn had a daughter? A secret child he didn't even know existed? And now she was standing in front of me, pregnant, pulling him into her mess, threatening everything I had built with him. No, I said, shaking my head furiously. No, this is insane. You can't just show up here and blow apart my marriage with your sob story. Luna's tears spilled over. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't even know until recently. Do you think I want this? To be caught between all of you? I came here for answers, not to steal your husband. Her words cut, but not enough to dull the sharp blade of betrayal digging into my heart. Finn reached for me again, his eyes wide, desperate. Steffi, I didn't know. I swear to you, I had no idea. Sheila and Lee. They kept her from me. They lied. And now Luna's here, and she's carrying a baby, and you feel obligated, I snapped, finishing his sentence for him. Because you're Finn, the perfect doctor, the perfect man, the perfect hero who saves everyone. But what about me, Finn? What about us? What about our kids? Where do we fit in while you play Daddy of the Year to this girl you didn't even know existed? The words tore out of me before I could stop them, fueled by fear and rage. Because deep down, I wasn't just angry. I was terrified. Terrified that this girl, this Luna, would become the center of his world, the way Sheila had clawed her way back into his life. Terrified that once again, I'd be left on the sidelines, fighting for scraps of his love. Luna stepped back, her shoulders shaking. I should go. This isn't my place. You're damn right it's not your place, I shot back. You don't get to walk in here and destroy my family. Finn's voice rose, firm for the first time. Steffy, stop. She's not the enemy here. I stared at him, my chest heaving, the betrayal stinging deeper than I thought possible. Not the enemy? Then what is she, Finn? Because from where I'm standing, she's the one holding a bomb over everything we've built together. And you're just letting it happen. His eyes softened, breaking me even more. I don't want to lose you, Steffy. You and the kids are my life. But if Luna is really my daughter, if that baby is my grandchild, I can't turn my back on them. I just can't. And there it was. The truth. The line drawn in the sand. I felt the tears spill, hot and furious down my cheeks, no matter how hard I tried to hold them back. I had fought too long, too hard for love, for family, for peace. And here I was again, staring at the possibility of losing everything. I don't know if I can do this, Finn, I whispered, my voice breaking. I don't know if I can stand by while you give pieces of yourself to her. To them. While I'm left wondering if there's anything left for me. His face crumpled, his hand reaching for me one last time. But I couldn't. I couldn't stay in that room 1 second longer. I turned, my heels echoing down the hallway as the tears blurred my vision. Behind me, I heard Luna's quiet sobs, and Finn's voice calling after me, but I didn't look back. I couldn't. When I stepped out into the night air, the city lights of Los Angeles glittered like shattered glass. Beautiful from a distance, but sharp enough to cut you if you got too close. And that's exactly what my life had become. Broken shards of a love I wasn't sure I could piece back together. Maybe I'd fight. Maybe I'd walk away. All I knew in that moment was that nothing, absolutely nothing, would ever be the same again.